Hi everybody, I'm slightly underwhelmed by Angela Rayner's latest National Planning Policy Framework known as the NPPF. Now, a few points we all need to understand and know about it. It's new, but not everything she's come up with is very original, because the Conservatives have tried to do a lot of this already. So I'm a little bit underwhelmed, but you still need to know what the angles are, how you can benefit from what she is saying and what she is trying to do. So here we go, bear with me. There's a number of points, but I think they're very important. So first of all, local authorities. They have only been given 3 months from the 1st of January to come up with the target figures they need to supply new homes. In other words, they've got to decide where they want the homes built in conjunction with the local people and report back to central government with the amount of houses that they need to build to reach the target of 357,000 houses a year. And it's 357,000 houses a year now, because they've already missed 6 months of the target of 1.5 million. So every year that target, if they don't reach it, is going to go up and up and up. So I can't see them ever really in the 5 years of government coming up with the 1.5 million homes, because the best anyone's ever done, any government's ever done, was in 1967, 367,000 homes. So they've got a huge challenge here. So let's just go through it, because I think it's really important. So they've got 3 months to come up with where they want these houses built. Otherwise, the government will tell them where they want them. Well, that'll take the government some time to do that, I'm sure. And of course, these targets, they had targets, the Conservatives had targets all the way through the last 14 years, apart from the last year when Michael Gove got rid of them, of building 300,000 houses a year. So, you know, this is nothing new, to be honest with you. Now, in London, in Greater London and the South East, they've got to 5-fold what they currently have as a target. So, and my view of the South East is that it's pretty packed already. If you live in the South East watching this, I think you would agree with me probably, but the roads are full, the doctor surgeries are full, the schools are full. Where they're not full is further up north. So surely we should be incentivising people to build up north and live up north more than down south, which is saturated already in my view. Anyway, that's just my view. The targets are very strict, very strict. Now, we'll see how tough she's going to be ultimately, but at the moment, 3 months, they need targets. Now, you might be lucky, because you might end up if you've got some land, you might find out the council want to build on your land, which would be wonderful, wouldn't it? So that's the first thing. Next thing is this grey belt land. This is land that's in green belt. They're calling it grey belt because it's either been built on before, or it's pretty scrabby land and not beautiful and green. Well, you know, the truth is we've been able to build on this type of land for many years. This isn't new. 15% of Greenbelt is grey land, and they're saying that we'll be able to build on it. Well, whoopee, because we've always been able to build on it because it's already had existing buildings on it. The problem they're now saying is that will come with a 40 to 50% social housing on it. So not only have you got to knock the buildings down that are on there, you've got demolition, contamination, archaeological dig potentially. Now, they also now want to hammer you with a 40 to 50% social housing on it. So I can't see that helping very much. And the same with brownfield land, which is very similar to grey land, to be honest with you. So I'm not sure that is going to really wash. The only thing I would say, of course, the first lot of grey belt land they're going to want to build on will be near transport links, hubs, railway stations, and so on. So it will push out these towns further. That's the thing. If they don't meet the 5-year land supply, then, as I said, the council will impose it, and if they can't make it through the grey belt, they will then go on feasibly they'll go on to using some of the green belt, which I can't honestly really see that happening. So they need to have a 5-year rolling supply, and that's same under the Conservative government, really. So the next thing is, if you are a homeowner, bit of good news, bit of bad news. The good news for the homeowner is that you'll be able to build up another story. If you're in London, it will be well worth doing because prices are so high. If you live in Burnley, Bolton, Lancashire, or anywhere up north, to be quite honest with you, or down south in some areas, it won't be worth doing because it costs too much to do. However, the planning application for that, or any other application, is going to double. So at the moment for homeowners, it's £258. That's going to £528. Okay, so that's going up dramatically. What they are also doing though is investing 60 million in councils to get more council houses built. 60 million is not very much, but what they are doing, they're putting 100 million into more planning officers and so on. So hopefully the idea being that these decisions will be made a lot quicker. Whether there are enough planning officers to do that, I'm not sure. What it might do is create some retention, because at the moment so many of these planning officers are going on to private enterprise, private businesses, and if they're paid more, they may still stay where they are, which will be really good news. Really good news. One of the criticisms this Labour government have of house builders that they tend to take a long time to build houses once they've got planning permission. So what they're going to do is put the developers on a time scale, a timeline in which they have to build these new houses. It's all very well, but when preconditions, that's once you've got planning, you get a list of preconditions you have to do before you can start building. Some of those preconditions can take up to a year to get rid of. So I don't know how they're going to do that, but they certainly need to help on the preconditions if they want houses built quicker. They're also saying that the crested newt's not going to be as important as you and me, so we're going to be able to build quicker and not going to be restricted by ecology, allegedly. But I'll wait to see about that, because there's lots and lots of people in this country who believe in nature and will certainly put a spoke in the wheel on that one, I think. But we will see projects such as pylons around our way. I'm in Suffolk. We're having all these more pylons built. I mean, why they're not under the ground is beyond me. I think Starmer doesn't understand the countryside whatsoever. He's proved that, I think, in the last month or two. And why we should have our land blighted by these pylons, I do not know, when they can go underground or in the sea. But there we go. All those types of things, so data centres, wind turbines, bypasses, they will not be dealt with by the local authority. They'll be dealt with centrally, central government. But of course, a lot of those schemes are already dealt with centrally. I mean, if you have a planning application and you fail, you can go to appeal, and that appeal is heard by government representatives. So really, as I said, there's not that much new in all this. I'd love to say to you, look, this is fantastic. It's going to change what we're doing. We're going to build double the amount of houses, which is less than 200,000 this year. I honestly cannot see that happening. I really can't see that happening, unfortunately. And I'm a positive guy, as some of you know. So let's look out for some more detail in all this. But hopefully that's helped you and given you some insight into what Angela Rayner is looking to do. See you next time.